Well, I think almost everybody would agree that the budget is the most important issue because of the deficit that we have, approximately a $3.6 billion deficit. And then there are other issues that, compound it. The fact that some people feel very strongly that we need to have reserves, and that would add an amount that we would have to find for the the creation of the budget. So you could be looking at anywhere upwards of $5 billion by the time that would be over.
Meaning that you would have to cut the existing budget by $5 billion if you had a reserve.
Well, that would be some people's idea.
Okay, right.
Is that you would have to cut. I don't deny that we will have to do some cutting, but I am also one of those people that believe that we do not have a fair tax system in this state. We have tremendous loopholes in our tax system, and over the last few years, Democrats have tried to look at some of those, get some of those loopholes, pay attention to some of them, and close some of them so that it would be fairer and more equitable for everybody across the board. So I would like to see a combination of closing some of those tax loopholes and, of course, having to look at some cuts because of the tremendous amount of the deficit.
Republican leaders would say closing loopholes equates to raising taxes, and they're not going to raise any taxes. Do you see any possibility that there could be any support for any form of tax increase in this particular environment?
Well, I don't think that there'll be support for a tax increase, but you do remember that the Republicans were responsible for fee increases of a very large amount over the last year or so. So I don't know if you want to call that a tax increase or a fee increase. It's kind of semantics. And I agree that we're not looking at tax increases, but I don't consider closing loopholes that make our tax base or inequitable or unfair, unequal. I don't see that as raising taxes.